What's up, guys? My name is Panzanite, and welcome back to more Pikmin. In the last episode, we had completely finished up the Distant Spring, including we got all the ship parts. We saw Smoky Prog within the last few days, so there's no need to go back there for our purposes. Today, we'll be heading back into the Forest of Hope and trying to get the last 3 ship parts in that area. And the interesting thing about today is I'll need all Pikmin types, except yellow, I think, technically. And also have I think, maybe I did. But I need the blue Pikmin for a few water things. However, there are no bosses actually in the water. I'm gonna get a lot actually. For what I'm thinking about doing. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to get all of it today. Hopefully. And as you see, we haven't been back in the Forest of Hope for quite some time. So all the enemies have respawned at this point. That was a nice hit, jeez. There we go. Do the shiver bugs over shiver rubs? No, come out, take them out. Die already. Let's see. I need to kill this one just in case. Because I don't know off the top of my head they do, but I hope the females don't. So I'm going to put a couple Pikmin over here. Oh, by the way, I have not explained this anyway. These are walk poles. They are technically the stage before you get to the Wollywogs. However, they don't affect the Wollywog numbers in other areas, and Wollywogs do not appear in the Forest of Hope. So I'm going to go and kill these dwarf bulb orbs. I'm actually going to ignore those bulbs because I don't think I need to interact with them at all right now. The only reason I probably need the yellow Pikmin is probably to take out the bulb orbs with bomb rocks, but I don't really see the need to right now. There you go. I'm going to ignore the bubble once again just because I don't really want to deal with it. And I'm going to go over here, and this is a wall that you can't get without the blue Pikmin, so that's kind of holding off to that point. And I'm going to go and grab the yellow Pikmin just so I can have... That thing's ignoring me. Rude. But yeah, it's kind of one little yellow Pikmin. So yeah, we pretty much couldn't do any of this area over here until after we get the blue Pikmin. Which is pretty much why I was holding off on coming back in this area, because I believe every area every area before we get blue Pikmin, you'll have to revisit to get all the ship parts, which is pretty much the Forest Hope and the impact site, just because of needing to actually you need the blue Pikmin for most of the other areas. You can pretty much only give out, there's only a few you can get that are left. So I'm gonna grab 10 blue Pikmin, and I'm gonna head over past the bulb orbs over here. I'm just gonna ignore them, like I said, because I don't really need to kill them, I don't think. And I guess the bridge is probably the wall, I don't think. The good thing is, once we're back, there doesn't seem to be any sort of... Oh, there is one. A dwarf bulb orb. So as you can see, we could probably have done this before if we got our throws right, but I don't trust myself enough, so we need to loop in to take that down over here. And I'm gonna actually stay over here with them for a moment, just in case the dwarf bulb orb comes over here. I don't really know if I'll be able to take on what I need to do, because I'm planning on taking on 2 bosses today. One is a repeat boss, the other one is a boss unique to this area. However, technically one boss isn't needed. It's extremely helpful to actually to take on that boss and to defeat it, because even though you don't technically need to, it's just helpful so you won't kill a lot of Pikmin. So as we're working on that part over there, I'm going to go ahead back over here to the blue Pikmin over in the water, and I'll kind of have them working on the next little wall that I need to take down. Now, before the bosses, I'm going to grab a bunch of red Pikmin. But for right now, I'm not going to grab a lot out because it's just going to be them doing nothing more likely than anything. And see over there's Armor Cannon Beetle. However, unlike the one in the Distant Spring, it does not have a ship part. It is actually just guarding a ship part. And that's the one boss that you don't really, technically, I don't think you need to kill. If you can distract it, then you can, by all means, you can do that. However, I don't think I'll be able to, just because I don't know the AI of the enemies that well. But regardless, I guess that's kind of an option. But it also is the repeat boss that I was talking about a little bit ago. Also, as a side note, if you plan on going for the ship part without completing the bridges, the Pikmin will, they didn't actually plan for this. They make the Pikmin not be able to get the ship part over into the water, even if there is blue Pikmin, and they can easily just go through the water. They will actually choose not to. They will decide to go through the bridges. And it's kind of annoying, but I can kind of understand it. That's kind of way to not cheap out on this one part. I think I'm going to have Lupin take that anyway. If they ever get done with the bridge. Just so I can, hopefully, I'm going to try my hardest to get that ship part. That ship part is, at least I'm going to get that one. That one's going to be a certain one. The armor cannon beetle and the other, where the part that the armor cannon beetle is guarding, I should say, and the other one that is in the boss, are both ones I'm not 100% sure I'm able to do both of them. It kind of depends how quickly I take down one. There we go. And now we got a new ship part over here. I found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions of my son back on home on planet Hokatate. Oh, it should be back there right now. Let's go and grab up. See, they kind of like move, they kind of take the motion over there, but they don't actually go into the water, even though they can very well go into the water. I don't really understand it myself. Aside from the only thing I really think of was what I said, just because developers wanted to make sure you do that. You kind of actually take your time and go through the whole puzzle. But yeah, they kind of don't even bother going in the water on the second island. So what I do right now, I'm gonna grab all my Pikmin. Oh, maybe I won't be able to do this. Ooh. Now thinking about maybe taking on these bosses today may not be the best option. Just because I don't think I'll be able to take them on with just this amount of Pikmin. I can take on the armor cannon beetle, yes. I know I can definitely take that one on, but I don't think I'll be able to take on the other boss. Just because it's a little more difficult to deal with. It's probably possible, but it's just, you know, I want to get done easily. Sagittarius. This was a gift from my son. He must be very worried about me. I've now recovered 25 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 4 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. I wanted to get the fraction for that because I don't know how much it is off my head. I want to say 5, 6. If you reduce it all the way. Would be kind of the fraction number for it. Yeah, that actually is right. You reduce both of, yeah, math. Alright, so I have everyone, and obviously we'll have the blue and help me on this one on its own. There you go. Now, as opposed to what you might think, blue Pikmin can actually touch this. They won't die. Even though it very much looks very, very hot, it's actually not deadly to other Pikmin. There we go. Now it's dead. I'm actually going to, before I do this, I'm going to actually have the red Pikmin take this back, because I feel like they need it. So I didn't realize how low the numbers were. That takes 30 Gs. They're good? They're good now. Now we have everyone else take this one back. At last, my radiation canopy. This turns the harsh radiation of deep space into soft infrared rays that are easy on the body. I'll sleep like a baby once I get this back to the ship. Takes 30 as well. So I'll take everyone will be on that one. And I'll kind of just follow them all back. Oh, I forgot about that. Hey, buddy. I will take damage if that means I don't have to lose any Pikmin. I completely forgot this was here. Ouch. I'm kind of just trying to distracting it. There we go. Just so I don't lose any Pikmin, because I don't want to lose any of my any more Pikmin that I've already lost so far, because I lost a lot recently. Go away. Leave me alone. There we go. Now we got back our radiation canopy. Which is probably one of the most useful ship parts in the game. From a health standpoint, I guess. Radiation canopy. I'll have to inspect it later to make sure it hasn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. I've now recovered 26 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Alright. I think what I'll do now, I'll kind of break the Pikmin up, and I'll take all the blue ones back. Actually, no. What I should do, I should still have everyone on me, because numbers mean everything in this game. And I'm actually going to take everyone with me, even though it would be, the best thing to do would probably be to take a bunch of red Pikmin. I'll kill you just because you're kind of in the way. So I'll go over this way and wait right there for a moment. Crap you. And what you need to do to bring over any other Pikmin that's not blue is you take them over on the bridge. And I would recommend throwing them, even though you can also take them across because it is wide enough that Pikmin, generally small group of Pikmin can walk across with all of them. However, I don't trust Pikmin, and I'm having a big group, so just save me the trouble. So I'm going to do all the blue Pikmin over here. I really hope I can get this part today, because I don't want to defeat the, I don't want to get in a position where I defeat the boss and have to come back just to grab the ship part, because it's kind of annoying just to do that one thing. Alright, so now we walk over here, and we have a boss of sorts. In fact, we have 3 of them. There's 2. However, the one we want to go after, I believe is that one. Yeah, it was this one. All 3 of them are the same kind of enemy. They're the Burrowing Snagret. And I guess you can say they're technically the mini-boss. They're a mini-boss of this game instead of an actual boss, because I believe they do respawn after a few days once you kill them. And there's more than, well, I guess there's technically more than one of the, oh, nope, there's not one to do. So what I'm trying to wait for is the Burrowing Snagret sometimes will get their head stuck in the ground as they're coming up. And that is your chance to attack. Because there's invulnerable for... Oh, okay. It's kind of a little bit of RNG just so you kind of actually can get the thing get stuck, which is kind of annoying as crap because it's not working with me right now. You're getting too close. Maybe that's my problem. I'm just too close to the Burrowing Snagret. I believe it can only eat 3 at a time, maybe? Let's say right here. Okay, this is annoying. I'm about to just like start throwing Pikmin onto his head because that's where you deal the most damage. It's just kind of really annoying that it's not getting stuck in the ground. It's still not getting stuck. I've never had this much trouble with the Burrowing Snagret. Maybe I won't be able to get that ship far back if it keeps doing that. Oh, come on. Screw it. Oh, come on. I'm gonna say screw it right now because I am tired of waiting for this thing to get under it and to get stuck in the ground. There we go. Oh, come on. I want to show this off, but I also want to get the ship part. It's just kind of annoying to me how it's not getting stuck in the ground at all. I didn't believe there's anything like special that you need to do to get it in order to get stuck. Just die already. It's just really annoying. There it goes. See, then it's like that's when you charge onto it. It took an extremely long time, and it kind of did it in a point where it was too late. However, it gets like nonetheless, and then you finish off the boss. And now we have a new part. It's the Geyser counter. Every spaceship needs one of these, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while, it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't do me much good. I really should read that manual one of these days. And I kind of want to have blue Pikmin on this just so I hope they get in the water. Not what I want to do. I'm hoping they'll go the short way. Hopefully go into the water, please. I may actually have to come back and get that part, and I really don't want to. Cause it's gonna be a waste of a day to get that ship part back. I have to get the ship part to the ship and everything. So we might, in fact, be calling it close on this one. Also, as it's going back, the gadget counter is actually a device that's used in real life, and it is, I believe, is a device that measures the amount of radiation in the area. So it kind of can be believed that because it's going off so much on this planet, that it can be assumed that there's a lot of radiation. Gadget counter. This noise you get is always letting out spontaneous clicks and buzzes. It can be kind of annoying. I've now recovered 27 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 2 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. And right at the literal last second, pretty much, of getting back that ship parts. But yeah, so it kind of be assumed that because Olimar keeps saying that it lets out so many clicks and so many noises and it's always going off, that it can be assumed that it is actually really, really radiated in this area. However, it might just be radiation to them. So it could just be kind of, it might be able to just saying, hey, there's a lot of oxygen in this area because that's what Olimar said at the beginning of the game, because that might be what it's actually rating. It might be like rating for them is poisonous to us, you know? Or it's not poisonous to us, you know? 13 days to impact. If I can find just 3 more parts, the dolphin will be fully rebuilt. But time is going short. I must not flag in my search. Even if I cannot recover every piece, I will not give up. Surely some of those parts aren't absolutely necessary. I can almost see my smiling family. Lost a few Pikmin today, but we kind of got our red numbers back up a little bit. We kind of needed to at this point, honestly. Because I feel like if we had any less red Pikmin, we probably would not be able to do. We'd probably not be able to complete the Forest Hope in one day. However, with 3 ship parts remaining, and well over enough time to actually get them back, and now we've completed the Forest of Hope. In the next episode, we will actually be heading off into the Forest Naval and completing off that area. And potentially also completing the impact site, because obviously I don't think it's going to take me the whole entire day to do it. However, we'll kind of see how that goes. So most likely, Forest Naval, definitely. Impact site, maybe. We'll see. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.